Hi there. We would like to invite you to subscribe to our channel, where we will share videos with you on interesting topics in economics and finance. By subscribing to our channel, you will enhance your knowledge of topical issues. Whether you are a student pursuing a course in economics or finance, or a policymaker, or perhaps a member of the public who simply wants to be better informed. Please hit the subscribe button and be informed whenever we publish a new video. Now, on to today's video. This is the second installment in our series all about money. The first one, What Makes Money Money, covered an explanation of what money is and how it is defined by economists. You may access the link to the video up here. This installment deals with the concept of monetization, or how the use of money spreads or becomes widespread in the economy. According to Chandavakar, monetization is the enlargement of the sphere of the monetary economy. It involves the extension through time and space of the use of money in all its aspects to the non-monetized subsistence and barter sector. Historically, the widespread use of and familiarity with money has not proceeded at the same pace in all parts of the economy. Certain parts of the economy, namely and mainly the urban centers, have come to embrace the use of money more than other parts. This worked to produce or to exacerbate the duality between the urban and rural sectors of the economy. This is probably where the concept of monetization was born, to describe the process whereby the widespread use of money was extended to other parts of the economy, chiefly the rural sectors. In the early stages of economic development, a large part of the rural sector engages in subsistence activity. In this context, therefore, monetization is linked to two other simultaneous processes, namely commercialization and financial intermediation. Commercialization is defined as the pervasiveness of the behavioral assumption of profit maximization. Financial intermediation is simply the process whereby institutions mediate in the process of lending/borrowing and saving/investing. I will discuss this in a subsequent video series on banking. Although the two other phenomena are simultaneous with monetization, it is essential that they be separated analytically and empirically. There is also a third phenomenon, one which has received much closer attention in recent times, namely financial exclusion, or more positively, financial inclusion. I will discuss this in a forthcoming video and in the series on banking. Because monetization means the extension of the use of money to other parts of the economy, thus bringing in activities that have hitherto been non-monetized, it is bound to have an impact on the demand for money. Simply put, all other things being equal, monetization increases the demand for money. Thus, it has been argued, the level and rate of monetization should be considered when estimating the demand for money function for an economy in its developmental stage. According to Coates and Cathcart, when estimating the demand for money function, it is simplest to use income data from the monetized sector only, as then the non-monetized, which uses and demands no money by definition, can simply be ignored. In the past, there were attempts to proxy the rate of monetization with such socio-economic factors as urbanization's industrial employment and production of cash crops. But these are not suitable indicators, as the rate of monetization, also the ratio of money supply to national income, has been suggested as an appropriate proxy. But Chandavakar points out that this is also not a suitable proxy, because an increase in the supply of money might be confined to or originate from the already monetized sector. He suggests instead the use of the monetization ratio. This is defined as the proportion of the total goods and services of an economy that is monetized, in the sense of being paid for in money by the purchaser, in relation to one of the gross domestic product, gross national product, population, etc. However, this is a temporal indicator, and according to Chandavakar, it should be used in conjunction with time series of national accounts at constant prices, since this alone can establish the rate of monetization, that is, the annual percentage increase in the share of the monetized sector, as distinct from its level. While Chandavakar goes further than others and suggests economic indicators of monetization, there is no attempt to formulate a demand for money function that considered the suggested rate of monetization. He suggests that the net increase in the demand for money from monetization per se would be much smaller, compared with the demand arising from an increase of economic activity in the monetized sector, although in practice it would be difficult to disaggregate the increase between these two components. The portfolio effects of an increase in monetization would be an increase in the demand for currency rather than for bank deposits. This is so because there is a high ratio of currency to money supply in the early stages of developing economies, while banking facilities are inadequate and the banking habit is backward. Even where the impact of monetization is on bank deposits, it is more likely to affect savings deposits than demand deposits, given the greater number of savings banks in rural areas compared to commercial banks, and also given the greater expense and sophistication of checking accounts. If it were possible to disaggregate between the non-monetized and the monetized sectors, then it would be more satisfying to include the rate of monetization as an argument in the demand for money function of an economy in its developmental phase. But if the level of monetization of the economy is high, then the rate of monetization would not be a significant argument in the demand for money function. A more relevant measure would be one that measures the rate of financial deepening, that is, the financial interrelations ratio. I will discuss the concept of financial deepening in a forthcoming video. Thus, the monetary authorities, that is, central banks, ought to consider ways and means of improving substantially the process of intermediation, while at the same time increasing the range and sophistication of financial instruments available to the public. This will be with the explicit aim of not only mobilizing new savings, but more importantly, divesting existing ones from real to financial forms of saving. This should release real resources from being tied down as savings to other uses in the economy. Moreover, the process will also function to channel investments to areas where they would be most profitable, thus accelerating the growth and development of the economy. There are three key takeaways from the foregoing and a caveat. One, an economy didn't wake up one day and there was money everywhere and citizens were transacting. It took time, it was a process, both consciously fostered and automatic. 2. Monetization increased economic activity. It was a necessary condition for economies to expand. 3, and linked to number 2, increased economic activity with its demand for money fostered further monetization of the economy. And this is the caveat. Monetization, although inevitable, was not without its frictions. These led to financial exclusion, something which has received a great deal of attention from economists and central bankers in recent times, and this is ongoing. Please hit the subscribe button and be informed whenever we publish a new video.